So crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is a way of collecting money from a group of people for a really specific project. And is that something new? No, we've done that for centuries already. This morning we heard about the VOC is being started with a group of people donating money to it or investing money in it. But also the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty in New York, the last few days, we saw it a lot in the news again. But a lot of people know that it was a gift from France to the new United States of America when they came from their civil war. What most people don't know is that France only donated the statue and not the base where it stands on. So they had a bit of a problem because the statue was almost on the boat already going to the United States of America, the new country, but there was no base to place it on. So there was a guy, Joseph Pulitzer, and he owned a newspaper. And he asked his subscribers to give him a small amount of money. And most of them only gave $1. But all of that summed up, and he raised $100,000 to build that base. For now, the current currency, that's almost $2 million. So it's a lot of money he raised. And so they were able to put the statue there. So if we had the VOC, if we have Statue of Liberty financed this way, so why is crowdfunding new? Why is crowdfunding different? And why is crowdfunding now changing the way we will finance future projects in the next decade? That's because currently we are more connected to each other. We are connected in a lot of new networks. Through the internet, social networks, it makes it much easier to spread out to peers that like the same things you like, and to reach out to fans of your brand or from your company. This is the Facebook page of Manchester United. It's one of the biggest and most successful soccer clubs in the world. On Facebook, they have 28 million fans. So they can interact with those fans directly. And so you can imagine, even if you have a big stadium, you only have 80,000, 100,000 people in that stadium you can speak with, try to interact with. And here, with one message, you can reach 28 million people directly. So what happens if you do that? So last week, they sent a message out. The old goalkeeper, Edwin van der Sar, became 42. So what happened? 250,000 people liked it. And if you like it on Facebook, you send it out to your friends see it. So those 250,000 people send it out to their network. So millions of people saw this message. And even more, 25,000 people took the time to really send him a personal message. So he got 25,000 birthday wishes. That's a lot. Yeah, so that's interesting, but we are here now for financing. So what happens if, just like Joseph Pulitzer did, if you just ask for a little bit of money? If you just ask a little bit of money to realize a project, and that can be buy some resources for your company, for your sports club, perhaps buy a new player, although they are quite expensive, so that will be, they need a lot of money. But perhaps you can even buy a soccer club. Why not? In fact, it's done before. In 2008, a group of fans pooled money together and just bought their own soccer club. Okay, they're playing 5th division, so it's not Manchester United, but we have to start somewhere. So you can see, if with a lot of people, if you come together, you put a little bit of money together, you can realize really big dreams. So I spent the last few years trying to figure out, why do people really want to support these crowdfunding projects? And the main reason is that they just really like the person. They really like the project that they want to fund. But what do they want in return? Their return on involvement. And in fact, there are 3 different categories there. We have the social category, where people just want to have a good feeling about participating in this project. So that's a social return you want on your investment. But you can also, you think there's a really nice product that someone is inventing, and you just want to give him the money to make sure that product get invented, and you get the product in return. So there's more pre-sales you're doing there. So there's a material return. But there is also a financial return. You don't have to stop there. You can invest money for a really cool, nice project and get your own financial return from it. Why not? Why not share the wealth that we generate with a group of people who help you raise that money? And the really interesting projects are in between. For example, social lending. There are a number of projects where you can lend your money, but you just get a 0% interest. In the United States, for example, you have Kiva, a few $100 million is raised there already. So it's really big. This whole crowdfunding industry is already a few $1 billion. So it's not something what is a nice idea. It's happening already, and we can use it now already. And one of the other possibilities is that you can get some products in reward. So you can, instead, if you are lending the money, instead of interest, you get a small product. So we're talking about financial markets, and before we had some local currencies, new currencies generated, but we are now working in a financial industry that is here already. And so I did a research. So where can you use crowdfunding, and when should you stop using crowdfunding? And in fact, you can use crowdfunding for a lot of different projects. Just funding the CD of some artist you like for a few €100, but even up to a few million euros, you can use it. And in fact, the only part you perhaps don't want to use crowdfunding is when you're really going into venture capital type of amounts of money of 10, 100 million euro. Because there they only focus on a financial return. And with crowdfunding, it's much more than a financial return. You really want, and you have an emotional bond with that project. So these are crowdfunding platforms just from the Netherlands. So when I said it is happening right now, it's really big already right now. So you have a lot of different platforms and a lot of different niche markets, focusing on movies, focusing on art, focusing on businesses. You can use this right now. You can go here, try to find a project that you like, and you can fund it directly. So all these platforms, there are projects on. They don't want to go to a bank. They don't want to go to a big investor. They just want to have the crowd invest in them and share the wealth that will be generated. So a few examples. So what can you fund on these kind of projects? Or besides, you can buy pigs, for example. And it's a very simple offer. If you give them €100, you will get €150 in return. 50% reward, so that's really good. What else? Waka Waka Light. It's a really interesting project where they created a light. They charge it by solar light, and at night you can read there. And it's used for developing countries where children want to read, have to do their education at night. So now they can use it because these are really cheap lights. And the nice thing here is that with their campaign, they raised €100,000, but even more, they got a lot of publicity. And now they even have an order for 1 million lights to ship to Uganda. 12% of the people in Uganda can read now at night with these lights. So that can also be what you can do with crowdfunding. It's a lot of exposure you will get. Let's see. But it doesn't have to stop there. You can also invest in your local environment. This is a wooden bridge we built in Rotterdam. More than 1,300 people gave money to build a bridge from the central station to the Hofbogen. And it's all paid by local people and some local companies. So there is not a municipality paying for this. So this is something what you can do together. And it's done already. The bottom picture is from the bridge what is there already, with the names on it of the people who funded it? Or why not buy a cycling club? 16,000 people funded it already. And this is a really nice example. It's just funded. These are 2 big windmills. Of course, the Netherlands are known for the windmills, but these are, of course, the modern windmills to generate energy. More than 5,000 people pulled together their money, 7 million euro, to buy 2 of those windmills. And why they did it? First, they wanted to invest in sustainable energy. They wanted to invest in something good. But also because for the next 17 years, they will have a flat rate of electricity, and they will get also some interest on their investment. So for them, it's really an investment where they can also benefit from, because there are no investment companies involved in it. There are no banks involved in here that also will cut a small part of the money that is generated. So what I want to leave you with is, if in the next few years you really want to raise some funds for yourself, for your company, for your organization, first look in your network. Your network can be your clients, your friends, your family, your fans of your organization. Try to use that to raise your funds. Because if we do that, I think we don't need banks and other financial institutes anymore in the next decade. Thank you.